It's game day, Seminole fans, and Florida State is on the road for the first time in 2015. Welcome to Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, as Florida State gets ready for a Friday night showdown with Boston College. I'm Lane Hurt, along with Jonathan Shalacy. Jonathan, young team on the road for the first time. What are we expecting tonight?
I think the first couple minutes is to get the nerves out. I mean, it's exciting to get on the road. It's exciting. I mean, luckily for them, they get out here 2 days early. They got up here on Thursday. Today is Friday, so they got up here Wednesday. They get a little bit of the nerves out, but I think it's still going to be a little bit of that first quarter. To get those nerves out, you're out in a stadium that you're unfamiliar with. That's going to be the most important. Once you get those out, the first couple hits, it's over from there.
The matchup everyone's talking about, Florida State's rush offense led by Dalvin Cook against BC's top-ranked rush defense. They've been good this year. They haven't really played anybody, but they were very good last year.
Right.
What's it going to take for Florida State to be able to run the football?
They just got to pound it. I mean, like you said, they haven't really played anybody, Maine and Howard, this year. But last year, when you look at it, number 3 overall in an entire season. So that's pretty incredible over an ACC schedule to be able to be number 3 overall. So the big thing is just going to be pound it. If it doesn't work the first time, keep going to it. If they can't get the run to go, it's going to be a long night in Chestnut Hill for Florida State.
Obviously focused Dalvin Cook, but you've got Mario Pender and then the quarterback, Everett Golson, who's got pretty good wheels himself. Is this the game that Jimbo starts to run Golson a little bit more and some more designed runs? I guess we'll find out as the game goes on. But on the flip side, Florida State's defense has looked great this year. Boston College's offense, Coach Adazio said he really doesn't know what he has there yet this season. Brand new offensive line. What do we expect from that matchup?
How could you know? Maine and Howard again. I mean, you really don't know what you've got. But it always seems that Boston College has a 200-yard rusher every year against Florida State. So can you stop that run? I mean, DeMarcus Walker, Jacob Pugh, Josh Sweat, can they stop, up front? Can they stop what Boston College has got? If they can, I think this should be a pretty easy game for Florida State.
Along with that, you have to look at the trick plays, or not the trick plays so much as the misdirection stuff that Boston College likes to do. Pound the ball, pound the ball, pound the ball. Next thing you know, play action, roll out, throw the ball back the other way to the tight end. Right. Big game. Florida State has to limit those opportunities for Boston College. What kind of keys do you see for Florida State to win tonight?
Stay contained. They learned that with Texas State. They learned that with USF. If they can do what they did with those those defensive schemes, I think this is going to be a pretty good game for Florida State. I think those were 2 good games to get prepared. Obviously, those are not the most premier programs, but those were good testers for this kind of a game.
For me, you have to look at, I already said limit the big plays, then turnovers. Young team on the road. Boston College's offense I don't think scares anybody, but if you turn the ball over and give them a short field, that's when all of a sudden you can get a couple of touchdowns, give them momentum, and what's probably going to be a pretty low-scoring game, that could be all the team needs.
Oh yeah, well you saw in the past two years, it took all the way till halftime to get a Hail Mary from Jameis Winston here in Chestnut Hill. Last year, 3 seconds left in the game, Aguayo. Luckily for Florida State, no turnovers yet, so if they can keep that going, that's going to be critical.
Well, we'll find out beginning at 8 o'clock as Florida State takes on Boston College Friday night on ESPN. And, of course, stick with Seminoles.com. Before, during, and after that game, we have everything you need. Video-wise, we'll have your highlights and post-game reaction. And, of course, senior writer Tim Linnefelt will have his analysis as well. For Jonathan Shalacy, I'm Lane Hurt. Go Noles.